Let me give you an example. We have a park called Eureka Park, and there are a lot of people that bought that park. But when we check on the system, those that have clicked to watch some of the material available online, very few compared to those that paid for it. They paid a lot for it, but they are not going through it. Why? Because people. You're welcome to another edition of DBA TV. My name is Dele Ayemibo. This is a channel that is committed to promoting international trade knowledge. And in this video today, we'll be talking about to get by abroad, doing this is not an option. To get by abroad, doing this is not an option. What is this that you must not do to get by abroad? Now, I've spoken a lot about different issues around getting by abroad. And the reason why I've decided to take it upon myself to discuss a lot about the issue around finding buyer is to demystify the issue around finding buyer, because people believe or think that it's very difficult to find buyer, which is not entirely true. I think the real difficulty is learning how to do it. Learning how to do it. And because people are generally not committed to learning, they just want to do the business but not to learn, then they find it difficult in finding buyer. Let me give you an example. We have a park called Eureka Park, and there are a lot of people that bought that park. But when we check on the system, those that have clicked to watch some of the material available online, very few compared to those that paid for it. They paid a lot for it, but they are not going through it. Why? Because people just don't want to learn. And then someone then quit. After trying for a while and not getting results, he quit. You know, the Holy Writ said, the labor of a foolish man wearieth every one of them. He said, the labor of a foolish man wearieth everyone. That means the effort of someone that is unwise make him get tired and weary. What makes him unwise? Lack of knowledge and understanding to apply in wisdom. Lack of knowledge, accumulation of fact. Lack of understanding, arrangement of fact. And lack of wisdom, application of fact. So he's unable to apply the information needed to get the result. That is why learning is extremely important. I don't know how to emphasize this, but I'll keep talking about it. That international trade is knowledge intensive, particularly on the export side. Particularly on the export side. International trade is knowledge intensive. And the more you know, the easier it is for you to manage the business and make it work. So when I said doing this is not an option to find buyer abroad, by this I mean quitting is not an option to find buyer abroad, because as long as you are trying, there is a possibility of success. But when you quit, the outcome is defined already. The outcome, the failure as an outcome is defined already when you quit. The outcome as failure is defined already when you quit. But when you don't quit, and you know, someone distinguished between stubbornness and perseverance. He said, stubbornness is doing the same thing the same way and expect a different result. Someone call it another flavor of lunacy. Doing the same thing, expect a different result. So you have done it this way, you didn't get a result, you do it again. But when you are doing it again, are you doing it exactly the same way? Doing it you are trying to do the same thing to get its result, but you are doing it in a different way. Perseverance. Then in perseverance, you don't do it the way you did before you didn't get a result. You do it again, but you put a new touch to it, a new understanding to it. But you are still trying to achieve the same objective, but not do the same thing that did not get a result in the first place. As a seller, you can only control your own promotional activity. You do not have control over the sales. You do not have control on where the sales will come from, even when it will come. You don't have the sale of where it will come from, when it will come, and how it will come. Because of this, you need to be persistent. Persistent is necessary, but this has to be done intelligently. This has to be done intelligently. This has to be done intelligently. Quitting should not be an option. Quitting should not be an option. The fact that you're not getting results should be to you a sign of a deeper problem, particularly in the area of readiness you are lacking. So rather than quitting, what you should be thinking of is, what am I not doing well? What am I not doing right? Because if you are trying to do something that someone has done successfully, you love the right to say it's not possible or to say it cannot be done. As long as one person has done it, that means it can be done. That means that person knows something that you do not know that you can learn. I have accepted that ignorance is a gift because it keeps you humble to want to learn. If someone has done it and has not been able to do it, it's a sign that there is something you are lacking. It will be good to humbly accept that you lack a particular knowledge and go for it. Rather than quitting, you should identify the skill gap. You should identify the skill gap. Identify this skill gap and fill up that gap with capacity building. Fill up the skill gap with capacity building and use the knowledge gained during the capacity building to make necessary adjustments in your activity strategy you are deploying in the promotional activity in order to get the desired result. In order to get the desired result. So doing this, which is quitting, should not be an option. Because when you quit, your outcome is defined already. You will not get the buyer. If you quit, your outcome is defined already. You will not get the buyer. If you do not quit, but find new ways of doing it, or find new options to be explored, or find new things to deploy, what will happen is the possibility of getting that result you want. Simply because you fail to quit. Simply because you fail to quit. I believe this video has been of enough benefit to you. The reason why you must not quit when you're finding buyer, even though it might appear a bit difficult, and that knowledge gap is what you need to cover in order to ensure you find that buyer. If this video has been of help to you, give it a thumbs up. If you have a friend that needs to hear this, share with your friends. If you are new to this channel, subscribe. You want to know when we upload new video that we upload every day? Then, of course, click on the notification bell. My name is Dele Ayemibo, and I'm your expert doctor, and I'm signing out. See you in the next video, and bye for now.